It looks like the space race is no longer between two superpowers because right now it's between two private companies that are trying to conquer our space by putting humans way beyond Earth. Yes, we're talking about Blue Origin and SpaceX. The two billionaires are so much excited about space travel and making humans a multiplanetary species that it is exactly why we have Blue Origin and SpaceX in the first place. But how do both of these companies compare? One company wants to take humans to Mars, and the other company thinks that is not the right way to go. If that got you excited, then welcome back, and you're watching Tech Charge. Humans have always been fascinated with space and what lies beyond our own planet. Are we the only life forms in our entire universe, or are there more life forms just like humans and the ones that we have on Earth? These questions have baffled human beings for centuries, and even after centuries of human existence, we still haven't found an answer to that yet. The other thing that we still think of has to be taking humans from Earth and then putting them on another planet, and this would make humans a multiplanetary species. Both of these ideas have been around us ever since humans started to learn a lot more things about what lies beyond our planet. Space exploration is an innate human desire, and we cannot blame billionaires like Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos for exploring space on our behalf. Space exploration helps us to prove or disprove the scientific theories that are based on how our own planet was formed. We could also study our solar system and so many natural phenomena like gravity, magnetosphere, atmosphere, fluid dynamics, and the geological evolution of other planets. Scientists of today are also interested in dark matter and dark energy to better understand their role in the hidden mass and accelerating expansion of the universe. Many innovations in the fields ranging from metals and alloys to biology and medicine, all of these are a direct result of space exploration. Yes, you heard it right. For instance, the ceramic coatings in our kitchen and utensils, air purification systems, smoke detectors, and scratch-resistant glass are all already a part of our life, and this just did not happen all of a sudden. This was developed by the scientists who study and research space exploration. We don't want to go into detail about that because that is beyond the scope of this video, but what we need to look at is two big companies that are looking to change the entire aerospace industry. We know them as SpaceX and Blue Origin. SpaceX happens to be headed by the one and only Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is also famous for heading Tesla and so many other companies, and all of them, or at least most of them, were a complete success, and they have revolutionized that particular industry. Jeff Bezos, on the other hand, is famous for his contribution as the founder of Amazon.com, and today Amazon is almost everywhere and you can buy anything online. That's how influential the company has become over the years. Jeff Bezos always wanted to explore space, and now that's possible with all the money and power that he's got right now. We know that Jeff Bezos stepped down as Amazon's CEO, and he is now focusing a lot more on Blue Origin by building multi-billion-dollar rockets. Blue Origin was founded way back in 2000, and according to Jeff Bezos, this company has to be his most important one with the goal of making space travel a lot more affordable, frequent, and more accessible through reusable launch systems. SpaceX, on the other hand, was founded because Elon Musk wanted to take humans to Mars because way back in 2002, there was no way he could have done that, and even now that situation is somewhat similar. But SpaceX is working on their flagship rocket that happens to be the Starship that will be taking humans and cargo to the Red Planet once that's ready to launch. But first, the Starship will be used to take humans to the lunar surface after about 50 years, ever since that last Apollo mission. Yes, we're talking about the contract for SpaceX from NASA for the Artemis project, and this happens to be one of the most ambitious projects for SpaceX, and Blue Origin happened to lose that $2.9 billion contract. So you might now know something about Blue Origin and SpaceX, but most people actually think that both these companies have the same goal. That's not the case because, as we mentioned earlier, Elon Musk wanted to make humans a multiplanetary species. But Jeff Bezos, on the other hand, wants to make space travel a lot more affordable, and he's focusing more on the space tourism side of things. In July of this year, Jeff Bezos flew to the edge of space with 3 crewmates. One of them happens to be his own brother, Mark, and an 82-year-old aviator, Wally Funk, and an 18-year-old Oliver Damon from the Netherlands. The entire flight was for 11 minutes, and this happens to be Blue Origin's first crewed mission, and the spacecraft traveled about 62 miles above Earth's surface. SpaceX, on the other hand, completed the first orbital spaceflight with only private citizens, along with the Shift 4 Payments CEO, Jared Isaacman, and a few others. The mission launched the Crew Dragon Resilience on the 16th of September 2021 from Florida Kennedy Space Center's Launch Complex 39A on top of the Falcon 9 launch vehicle. Both of these two launches are the most recent ones for both these companies. Now let's address the elephant in the room. Which company has got the better plan? But before that, make sure you subscribe to our channel for more content just like this one, and also drop a like for the video if you like what we do here. Right now, it looks like SpaceX is a lot more ambitious than Blue Origin, and SpaceX also got flight-proven hardware with them. But that is not the case with Blue Origin, because even after 2 decades of existence, Blue Origin is still far behind when compared to SpaceX. SpaceX also launched their own satellite internet service by the name Starlink, and this particular project will help SpaceX fund its Martian mission. SpaceX already is working on their Starship that will be taking humans to the Red Planet, so this means that SpaceX is actually really serious about taking humans to Mars. But Blue Origin completely focuses on space tourism and making it a lot more affordable. SpaceX just wants humans to go a lot farther than the Earth. SpaceX also secured a lot more contracts than Blue Origin, especially NASA's Artemis project, which is quite an ambitious one for NASA and SpaceX. Surprisingly, NASA only chose SpaceX for this particular mission. NASA is known for choosing more than one contractor for every mission, but this time it was only SpaceX, and that says something. You also need to keep in mind that SpaceX is headed by Elon Musk, and Elon Musk is not your average boss. He actually works with the team to get things done. That's the kind of excitement, energy, and commitment Elon Musk has got for you with SpaceX. Right now, SpaceX looks like it's unstoppable with all its achievements, and the list of SpaceX's achievements is a huge one. SpaceX's accomplishments include the first privately funded liquid propellant rocket to Earth to reach orbit way back in 2008 with the Falcon 1. SpaceX is also the first private company to successfully launch orbit and recover a spacecraft with their Dragon way back in 2010. SpaceX was also the very first private company to send a spacecraft to the International Space Station with their Dragon way back in 2012. SpaceX is also responsible for the very first vertical takeoff and vertical propulsion landing for an orbital rocket way back in 2015 with their Falcon 9. The first use and reuse of an orbital rocket with the Falcon 9 in 2017 were also made possible by SpaceX. SpaceX also happens to be the first private company to send astronauts to orbit and also to the International Space Station with their SpaceX Crew Dragon. In 2020, SpaceX has also flown and reflown the Falcon 9 series of rockets over 100 times. This kind of achievement is insane. Blue Origin, on the other hand, used to be a very secretive research company, but right now they're working on reusable rocket launch systems and advanced plans to take over commercial space tourism. Maybe soon, Blue Origin might become the next Amazon.com of space, but we think there is still a long way to go for the company. Blue Origin is still taking its own baby steps towards reaching its goal, but that's not the case with SpaceX, and SpaceX looks like it is accelerating with their progress at a much faster pace than Blue Origin. Blue Origin's achievements are not so much when compared to SpaceX, but this does not mean that in the future they might not be successful. It all depends upon what their goal is for the long term and how they're going to execute it. The new Shepard vehicle of Blue Origin will make human spaceflight a lot more accessible. And once Blue Origin gets the New Glenn spacecraft up and running, this will mark a new era for Blue Origin. Right now, we're still waiting for that to happen. Blue Origin will definitely take off if Blue Origin can secure a lot more contracts than SpaceX and develop the next generation of heavy-lift orbital vehicles. So right now, we think SpaceX does have the better plan, and that too a much more ambitious one at that. And that's a wrap for today's video. What do you think about SpaceX and Blue Origin? Will SpaceX be able to take us to the Red Planet anytime soon? Do let us know in the comments section below, because we would love to hear from you all. Also, consider subscribing to our channel for a lot more exciting content just like this one. And while you're at it, turn on post notifications so that you never miss out on any of our future uploads. Drop a like for the video if you think both Blue Origin and SpaceX will reach their respective goals. That's about it for today. I hope you all enjoyed the video. We'll meet again in the next video.